Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today in this video, we are actually in my actual kitchen that I cook in here at home. And so today we're going to be talking about cast iron pans. We're going to be talking about how I personally got started cooking using cast iron, the benefits of using cast iron pans, and also how to care for your cast iron cookware. So let's get started. Let me first share with you how I got started using cast iron pans. It was a while ago, not long after Marty and I got married, and we were kind of cleaning out some stuff down in my father-in-law and mother-in-law's barn area, and they gave us our first cast iron pans. And I can't remember if this was one of them. I think that this was actually one of the first ones. And I didn't really appreciate it, I don't think, at the time. I've kind of grown over the years for my love and appreciation for using cast iron. And so from there, we got two, I believe. This one, most likely, and then another one I'll show you in a little bit. And then from there, our collection has actually grown. So this one right here is actually a Griswold. This is a 10-inch skillet griddle. This is the other pan that I believe my father-in-law gave us, and it has had a lot of use over the years. As you can see from the back of it, I don't know if you can tell, but there's no brand. You cannot read the brand on this one. And so this one has taken quite a bit of conditioning to be able to be used. It's not in perfect condition, but this has been a great one. So this one right here is an 11-inch skillet. And so you can see it's a lot deeper than the griddle skillet I showed you just a minute ago. This big monster right here, this is actually from Lodge. It has a little bit of rust on the back of it, but this is a 14-inch wok. And this one we purchased because we do a lot of frying in Indonesia. And so we brought this from America as one of our luggage all the way. It's pretty heavy. And so we brought this all the way from America to Indonesia. And this is great because a lot of foods in Indonesia are fried. And this has been a great wok. Heavy duty, sturdy wok. So these three you can see behind me, these right here. Those three are the pieces that we have here in Indonesia. And then in America, we have a couple other ones. Let's see. This one, we have another smaller size, maybe like a 6-inch or something like that for our collection, and I think that about does our cast iron collection. If you're considering purchasing cast iron pots and pans, I would highly recommend that you purchase ones made in the USA, because if you don't, oftentimes it'll be like a blend. There'll be other things besides the cast iron, and so you need to be careful with that. Lodge is a good brand, a safe brand to purchase. Another great way and a really cheap way is to go to yard sales, you guys, because you can purchase for really cheap prices cast iron, because a lot of people are just throwing them away, and a lot of people don't realize like what kind of a treasure they have. Just like the ones that we got from my father-in-law who started us off, they had been sitting in that barn not being used for a lot of years. It took us a little bit of time to recondition them, and now we use them practically every day. So that leads me into talking about the benefits of using cast iron. One of the benefits of using cast iron is that they are very durable, and they're going to last you a lifetime, you guys. Whereas pans like this that are like Teflon non-stick coating, these you might get a year out of, depending on how often you use them, but they're going to wear out. As you can see from mine right here, all of this that's showing through, that is the non-stick coating that has been taken off through use. And where do you think that's gone? All of that has gone into our food, most likely, into our bodies to be consumed. So pans like this are gonna have to be replaced more frequently, whereas cast iron, anything that is removed while you're eating is iron, and it's just added more nutrients to your diet. So cast iron over Teflon coated or non-stick coated pans is a huge benefit. These are very, very durable. So yeah, so cast iron lasts you a long time, and if anything flakes off, it's safe to eat. It's non-toxic at all. You might think that cast iron pans are difficult to care for, and they're really not. I've watched a lot of different YouTube and different like blogs about caring for your cast iron, and I have learned a lot. I will be honest and tell you that I haven't taken care of them the way I should in the past. I've used soap on them, and so mine aren't conditioned as much as they should be. So I've learned a lot. I've put some links in the description of this video so that you can go check out different YouTubers that I think have done a really good job to explain how to care, how to condition and season your cast iron. I wanted to show you an example of a pan that I had been sitting. We had cooked with it the day before, left it overnight, and it was really packed with just all the food and all the stuff that was on it. So I wanted to show you an example of how I actually went through the process of cleaning it. So first what I did was, because it was so stuck, I added some hot water to the pan, and then I added salt as well and used a wooden spoon to get some of that gunk off. Then we take it to the sink and we just try to rinse off as much as came off. And then what I did was I added some salt, and with a sponge I tried to remove as much of that, and the salt just acts as an abrasive, and so you want to be careful not to just really scrape and scratch at your surface of your cast iron pan. Don't use metal utensils. I just use, almost always I use a wooden spoon. And so I'm going to repeat that process with salt and the sponge until I get it nice and clean. And then we're going to heat the cast iron up and then add a little bit of oil. I usually use olive oil when I season my cast iron pans after using them. Sometimes I will use coconut oil, other times vegetable oil, but almost always I will use olive oil. And they say you're not supposed to use paper towels and napkins, but that's what I had on hand. They say usually you're supposed to use something that doesn't have a lot of felt on it, so you're not gonna get like a paper towel, I don't know, coating, but that's what I had. So I typically will use a paper towel or a napkin and coat the whole pan. Usually I just do the inside of the pan, but if you're doing it for the first time, you're gonna want to do the outside of the pan as well. I let that start to smoke a little bit, and then I shut my heat off, and then I'll wipe it one final time after the pan has cooled down a little bit. A lot of times you'll find cast iron that's already seasoned. If you buy like the Lodge brands, they are almost always pre-seasoned for you. If you get one that is like at a yard sale or it's all rusty, you're gonna want to season it yourself. And a lot of times they say even if it says it's pre-seasoned, you're gonna wanna season it again, just maybe for your own, like, I don't know, own confidence that it is. And so I don't have a big enough oven to show you how to do that, but you're going to coat the entire cast iron with some kind of a oil or a lard. Again, I think the olive oil would be a good one. And then put it upside down in your oven, and you're going to season it for I think about an hour and then let it cool. And so again, I'm going to put some links down in the bottom of the description of the video so that you can check that out, because that's the first step for any cast iron that you start adding to your collection. That process, even though it's long, you only have to do it one time out of your whole lifetime of using that cast iron pan. Unless I guess you neglect it and it gets rusty again. So moisture, you don't want to let moisture get to your cast iron, because that is not a friend of cast iron, because moisture will start to get rust all over and you'll have to re-season it, recondition your cast iron pan. So you want to make sure that you never put your cast iron away wet. All right guys, I think that's gonna about do it for the video today. I just wanted to share with you some of the reasons why I really like using cast iron pans, and also share with you some of the benefits that I see of using cast iron, as well as some simple how to care for your cast iron pots and pans. They say that the surface can be non-stick if you actually care for your cast iron well. So not all of mine are like that. This skillet here is really coming along. It's so smooth, you can really feel how nice it is coming. So this one is on its way to being a non-stick surface. This one's coming along as well, but because this one was old, there's so many nicks out of it that I don't think this one will ever get nonstick for me, but that's okay. It's still really good. We do eggs in this one. Pancakes are really good. This one we do a lot of our meat in. I'll do stir fry in it, as well as cooking steaks, chicken, bacon. This is really good. And of course the wok, you can see back there. The wok, I do all things frying. Any kind of fried food I do is gonna be in the wok. So those are reasons, you guys, why I love cast iron. Again, I'll put some links in the description for you to check out. There'll be links, Amazon links for the ones that I recommend, the cast iron pots and pans that I recommend, as well as other YouTubers who have done like reviews and how to clean and cook with cast iron that have really been helpful to me. So that's gonna do it for our video today. Tell me in the comments if you have any favorite recipes that you like to cook in a cast iron pan, or if you've never heard of cast iron, cooking in cast iron, let me know that as well. Let me know if you are interested in trying it out. Hope you guys have a great day and keep smiling.